Hello everybody, I'm Steve and welcome to Green Side Up. Well, today's the day. It's the time for the carrot reveal. Tony Smith and I have been, well, he challenged me earlier in this year to a carrot grow off. So we're going to have a look and see what carrots we've got and see who the winner is. Very quickly, before we get going on the carrots, I just want to have a look at these parsnips. On Tony's live chat last night, somebody asked about these, and I mentioned them that when you're sowing them, most people tend to sow between sort of February, anywhere between February and April, and you'll get good crops. And I know Tony's had some good parsnips this year himself, but I missed the boat this year, so I thought as a trial, I went and bought some seed, and I made this little area here into a no-dig bed because I know no-dig speeds growth along fairly well. So I thought, well, I'll give it a try, give it a test. Planted some of the seeds outside and some of them in here. This was the packet. It's Palace F1. And here we go. There's some of the parsnips that have grown. These were sown, as I say, in July. And these aren't bad, to be honest. So I'm not going to touch the ones that are sown outside. I'm not going to lift them for a comparison now. They will be smaller than this because they've got the added benefit of the warmth in here. But as an extra crop that I wasn't expecting, I'm very pleased with these, and these will roast up lovely in a tray with some carrots if I get some out the ground. So there we go. They are small, but it does prove that if you've missed that deadline and you suddenly realise I've not got any in, you can sow them in July. I mean, they're good enough as a quick chop up, quick wash, and they'll be lovely on Christmas Day, Boxing Day or thereafter. A few more for me to go out there in that bed. And there we go. Right, on with the carrots. Right, so this is the first carrot bed in here. Now, when I planted these or sowed these, I didn't expect them to do very well at all because they're right at the back of the polytunnel over here and the sun is in that direction, so this wasn't going to be much good. So as far as I can recall, I planted Chantineas and the little Paris market in here. I'm not expecting much, so we'll have a quick poke around and see what we can find in here. So I have got some carrots, but they are tiny. I mean, they're no tiny little things, but we'll just whip through this bed quickly and see what else we've got. Now, these look like Chantineas. Yeah, these are about as small as I expected. Here's another row here. But this is good because I am making a carrot and cumin soup tonight. Cumin goes so well with carrots. It sort of intensifies the flavour, so these will all do for soup. And you can't get better than that, fresh carrots and fresh carrot soup. But I certainly hope that the rest of the crop elsewhere in the tunnel is better than this. So that part was about as good as I expected. Here's some Paris market now. That's what I expected from them. That's not bad for a Paris market. Could be a little bigger, but yeah. Quite happy with that. So the first of these big tubs. Now I do expect these to be better. I'm certainly hoping they are. Well, first look is not looking that good, to be honest. Again, they'll be alright for soup, but they're not not of the size I was expecting. Again, a good additive for a soup, but that's about it. If it was a fancy high dining restaurant, then they're a perfect size for that. There's one or two reasonable sized ones in there, but nothing I'm proud of or happy with. These are pretty much a waste of time, to be honest. So it's one of these bigger beds in the tunnel that I normally grow my Chantineas in. That's what these are, they're all Chantineas in here. And I'm going to take about half of this bed out and see what they're like. Does that beat you, Tony? How about that one? Does that beat you? I hope there's some bigger ones than that in here. Now, these are a good size for eating as a side veg, but then, again, they're not massive. Now, here we go. Here's a petty yam. Let's carry on down here. But these will keep on growing. So whereas I've got quite a few small ones there, and a couple of a decent size, I'll let the rest continue growing. I'm only taking out, I don't know, 2 or 3 rows of this lot. They're of a good stamp for Chantineas. They can get bigger. And the rest of this bed will carry on growing, as I say, into next year. Yeah, so overall, I'm not unhappy with those at this stage. I'll just take one more row up and then we'll call it quits and we'll see where we're at. So there we go. That's where we're at with them. They're a good eating size. Quite pleased about them. No idea what's going on with this one. Oh, it's growing around it. Anyway, yeah, so I'm fairly happy with them. How are yours, Tone? So here we have it. Here's I've cut away most of the foliage now so you can see, and here's the first 3 tubs. Now the one on the very left here is the very first bed I tackled that was in the ground. Nothing much absolutely fantastic in there at all. The next one along was the black tub, and this one the grey tub. Absolutely pathetic. The only good point is that one in there. That's about the size it should have been, and if I'd have planted these elsewhere in the polytunnel, I think we'd have had a crop like that and even bigger. Because here's some of the Chantineas here from that little tiny bed, and here's the Chantineas how I normally grow them, and that's normal for these, and very pleased with these. You know, these are of a good size, and they will continue to grow, the ones that are left in this bed over here. So these will continue growing and we'll continue to eat from them next year. So these first 3 tubs in a soup with a few of the smaller ones out of there. The rest will eat out as veg. Is the results of the parsnips in there. Again, these are a reasonable size considering they were grown or only sown in July as a test. it does show that if you are late, don't worry, get them in, have a go. And I've got a bit of collie and some cabbage there as well. So that's the veg for over this next 2 or 3 days. I say carrot soup tonight, and there we go. That's the result of the great carrot grow off. Who's won? I don't know. I don't care, really. I really don't, because at the end of the day, I think we're both winners. We've both, I mean, I'm hoping Tony's had a harvest, but we've both had a harvest. We've both had a bit of fun doing it. In fact, we've had a lot of fun doing it with all the banter between us. And you guys out there, the subscribers to my channel and to Tony's channel, we've all had a bit of a blast doing this, and with the banter going backwards and forwards. So who won? I think everyone's won. That's who I think's won. I mean, I've got soup for tonight. I've got nice veggies to eat over the next few days. So I'm ecstatically happy about that. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm a winner for myself, not for this whole thing. So I'm more than happy with the results of this, and I've still got carrots that are going to grow on into next year, and I'll get to eat them as well. So that's even better. So the whole cycle continues and carries on. Yes, so it's been a great bit of fun. Thanks, Tony, for challenging me to this. It was really enjoyable, and I think personally, if we'd have got started on this 2 weeks earlier, I think that would have made all the difference. I know that when we were talking about sowing the seeds and doing the videos to start this thing off, Tony and I was like, come on, we need to get cracking on this. I was anxious a little bit about it, because really, to say that extra 2 weeks of difference will make a huge difference in the end crop. But you know, maybe we'll do it again next year, who knows? Maybe next year we'll have a different challenge, who knows? I don't know. But for now, please stay safe, everyone. Look after yourselves. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic Christmas, the best you can, given the circumstances we're in. Look after yourselves and your loved ones. Please stay safe, and I'll see you very soon. Ta-ra now.